Few filmmakers are as distinct as Béla Tarr. Merely a few seconds of footage would be enough for most cinephiles to recognize the man behind the camera. From his fifth feature, Damnation, from 1988 onwards, the Hungarian maestro has created a cinematic universe of unique dimensions. Populated by drunks, visionaries, criminals, and lunatics, his films unfold in lethargic long takes. The black and white cinematography is exquisite, but it captures a world on the verge of devastation, one in which a perpetual storm is ever looming. The great critic Jonathan Rosenbaum called him a despiritualized Tarkovsky, and while his name has become a shorthand for bleakness on film, there is great humor and beauty in his compositions. With the director's 70th birthday coming up on Monday, now is as good a time as any to investigate how his desolate landscapes became crucibles for profound human drama. Béla Tarr, raised in Budapest, was gifted an 8mm film camera at the age of 14. At 16, he produced a guerrilla documentary, now lost, about Roma workers. This film won prizes, but his self-initiated, unauthorized public screenings led to his first reprimand from the authorities, who informed him he could forget any future university plans in Hungary. Though a devotee of Miklos Jancsó's cinema, whose long takes clearly influenced his work, he initially aimed to study philosophy. When this was foiled by his government reprimands, he worked in the Óbuda shipyards. Here, Tarr developed the social cinema of his first features. Emerging from the experimental Béla Balázs studios, this quasi-underground tendency made films on minuscule budgets with amateur equipment and non-professional casts tackling social issues.
It was mostly political anger, and I just wanted to articulate. And I was thinking the picture and the camera is a tool for this.
Tarr's 1979 debut feature, Family Nest, concerning the housing crisis, was shot in 5 days when he was 22, winning awards at Mannheim. This international acclaim led authorities to allow Tarr to enroll at the Hungarian School of Theatrical and Cinematic Arts. While a student, he produced The Outsider and The Prefab People, both in 1982, continuing his preoccupation with the marginalized. In the early 80s, he sought new formal approaches for his philosophical concerns. He established Társulás, a studio allowing experimentation despite minimal money. After a 1982 Macbeth adaptation in a single take, Tarr produced Autumn Almanac the next year. This chamber drama recalls Fassbinder and French New Wave editing with oblique angles and lurid lighting. Since The Outsider, he worked with editor Agnes Hranitsky, later his wife and co-director. Autumn Almanac featured Mikhail Vig's first score, who became a permanent fixture and later starred in Sátántangó. With novelist Laszlo Krasznahorkai joining for Damnation in 1988, the quartet defining the Tarr house style was complete.
They are not filmmakers, they are just friends. And we have the same point of view, and we are just talking about the life.
Before Damnation, Tarr faced the darkest period of his life. Társulas, his experimental studio, produced 3 radical features, leading to its, quote, execution by authorities. To combat Tarr's depression, Krasnohorkai suggested they work on Damnation. This film marked the first full bloom of, quote, brand Tarr, harshly lit black and white cinematography, exhaustingly long takes, and visions of a timeless Hungary populated by doomed figures. Avoiding state approval, Tarr and Krasnohorkai financed the shoot from an advertising studio and archive funds. The result was Hungary's first independent film. When Berlinale requested it, Hungarian authorities were surprised, unaware of its existence. Damnation was a hit, leading Tarr and Hranitzky to West Germany. As communism fell, their freedom allowed them to lay foundations for a Sátántangó, defining Tarr's career. Sátántangó, 30 years after its release, stands as the great summation of Tarr's work. This over 7.5-hour film is an exercise in duration and hypnotic rhythm, a reckoning with the political system that finds cosmic significance in squalor. It follows collective farm workers abandoning homes to follow Iremias, a cultish figure. The film holds true horror, particularly involving Erika Bock's disturbed young girl, but it also holds a rich seam of black humor. Tarr and his crew spent 2 years scouting locations and casting locals, an experience forcing him to reimagine his cinematic language. Tarr's great achievement is imbuing the, quote, hopeless inadequates and agricultural proletarians with dignity even when documenting their spiritual decline. Tarr's next feature, Werckmeister Harmonies, a Krasnohorkai adaptation, is a 2.5-hour evocation of social collapse. The plot concerns a holy fool whose hometown falls under a demagogic circus barker, the prince. The film features Tarr's most grueling imagery and sincere emotional heft. The Turin Horse arrived in Berlin in 2011, winning the Silver Bear for direction. Its premiere came with a striking announcement. It would be Béla Tarr's final film. He explained in 2012, quote, "A filmmaker is a nice bourgeois job, but I really don't want to do it. I'm not a real filmmaker. I've always been in it for the people and just wanted to say something about their lives. During these 34 years of filmmaking, I've said everything I want to say." Based on a Krasnohorkai prose piece, The Turin Horse draws from an apocryphal anecdote about Nietzsche's breakdown after witnessing a horse beaten. Tarr described it as a, quote, negative creation myth, a paragon of minimalist world building. It covers 6 days in the lives of a father and daughter enduring howling gales on a deserted plain. This film showcases Tarr at his most simple, yet most profound. Though Tarr has largely receded from contemporary film discourse, his singular filmography carries a sincere message of hope beneath its bleakness. As he summarized, quote, "If you are really pessimistic, you go up to the roof and hang yourself, not wake up at 4 in the morning and go into the countryside to film. I only ask this, how did you feel when you came out of the movie theater after watching my film? Did you feel stronger or weaker? That's the main question. I want you to be stronger." Béla Tarr's Werckmeister Harmonies is available now to stream for free on Klassiki as part of our 7-day free trial. Follow the link in the description to watch now or to view our full collection of Hungarian titles amidst our wider library of Eastern European cinema.